Good morning. If I haven't seen you yet, it is always good morning. Good morning to Biology 2320, Human Anatomy. This video is specifically for my Thursday class. The first thing that I want to mention is that your Canvas course page has been published. Oh, first thing I should mention actually is my name. I am Dr. Saloom, Professor Saloom. Saloom is fine. You can call me any of those three. I go by last name, not first name. It's not casual. There's a power dynamic between us. I'm your professor. You are my student. Do not call me by my first name because that's just weird. It's weird. I don't know why people do that. Like, oh, keep it cash. Just call me by my first name. No, we're not homies. I'm your professor. I will be your professor for this course. This is a 12-week summer intensive version of Human Anatomy. Y'all have registered for a hybrid version of Human Anatomy, which means that we meet once a week. Okay, I'm looking at section whatever number, 407. I have 4 sections this summer, yay me. So my Thursday people are 407 and 409. Don't panic. You all should have access to your Canvas course page. This is the home page. Hybrid delivery means that you see me once per week. If you are 407, then you see me 9 to 10:50 a.m. on Thursdays. If you are 409, then you see me on Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 12:50 p.m. in SI 353. For those people who are new to SLCC, SI is Science and Industry Building. There's parking right behind the building, and we are on the 3rd floor. My office is also on the 3rd floor, right around the corner from the classroom. The next thing I want to tell y'all is that we will not be meeting this week. I am traveling, so we will not have in-person class this week. I am traveling to go see my family. I am Palestinian. I'm witnessing the genocide of my people. If you know anything that's going on in the news right now in the world, there's a genocide, and we are up to over 36,000 deaths of my kin. And so I am traveling home to New Jersey where my family is, and I will be visiting my family for a weekend. I cannot miss this opportunity to go be with my family. We will not have class in person this week. What you will have is a video recording of the class activity and the class environment, and I will upload that to your in-class material. So you should be receiving this announcement from me shortly. Today is Monday. I do apologize for procrastinating and not getting your Canvas page published right by Monday morning. But it is now published, and you have all of everything that you need for this course is in your module. So this is not just a hybrid class. Hybrid was designed and adapted for people like you, probably, who work, who have busy schedules, and who can't make it to campus twice per week. So we have once a week meetings. The second part about this class is that it is flipped. It is a flipped class, which means that literally all of your lecture material is online. It's all on Canvas right here in your Canvas course page. What you show up to class for is for guidance, specific guidance, practice, study tips, problems, active learning, recall practice, dealing with like test taking anxiety is something that we do in class a lot. So we meet once per week, about 2 hours for the summer class, and you will show up to class starting next week with your pre-class videos watched and done. Some of y'all have had me already, so you know the drill. Your pre-class videos are done. They are YouTube videos. They are posted in your Canvas course page. We'll go through it, and you show up ready to go. What was difficult? What was confusing? I will also say that the beginning part of the semester is going to be pretty tough. It's a little bit front loaded so that when we get into week I don't know the week numbers now in summer semester, but it's probably week 6, 7, 8, where y'all are just exhausted and the material is thick and you just don't even know who you are anymore. So that being said, I want to make sure that we're a little bit better spaced out in the middle and towards the end of the semester. So we're going to front load, which I typically never do, but here we are in a 12-week term trying to get done what we do in 16 weeks. So no breaks. We have I'll pull up the course schedule shortly. We'll front load the first part of the semester, and the first part of the semester is really nice because lecture and lab are very well aligned. They are very well aligned in the beginning of the semester. Y'all typically come to class and you're like, I know my terms, I know my directionality, I know the anatomic position. Tissues are tough. Can we please practice that? Okay, so we are going to get into that this week and next week. You have good amount of videos to watch, but the really nice thing that I have changed this semester, and I've promised my previous students, my 1610 students that take anatomy with me, they're like, why don't you do this in anatomy? You should do this in anatomy. What we have are lots and lots and lots and lots of opportunity for practice. Okay, so I'll just go through the welcome module, module 1, so you get an idea of what it looks like, and you will be hearing from me every week. This is what we did this week. This is what we're doing next week. Make sure you complete this, 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 and that. I got you. I'll do my part if you do your part. So course orientation module, this video will be right here. We have some netiquette. Y'all are typically, well, when I say y'all, I mean SLCC students. Welcome to those visiting us from outside, from somewhere else. We have good vibes here at SLCC. We respect each other. We're kind to each other. We're there for each other. All of that good stuff. Really, really good psychologically safe learning environment. Communication for policy for this course, what you can expect from me, what I expect from you. We have one discussion post and another discussion post. That's it for the whole semester. Don't expect any other discussion posts because they are whack, in my opinion. But you do need them for online courses. So we are only using this one. This intro post is worth 10 points. It's your first opportunity to get 10 points for the semester. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to answer a few questions, and you're going to selfie for the gram. Do it so that I know who you are. I think I have over like maybe 130 students this term, and this is my 5th year at SLCC. So y'all are a lot. There are many of you, and I typically remember your names. It's really helpful if you put a picture on your intro post, your face, something. You don't have to be doing anything cool. Like, please, just like any picture of your face so that I know who you are, especially if you come to office hours. If you ask me for a letter of recommendation in a year or so, I can come back and refer back to that. And then you have an orientation quiz, 6 points. It's just to get you to look at the syllabus, which is over here. This did not update, but you have the simple syllabus, and then I'm going to put a PDF version of the syllabus because simple syllabus is new. People don't know how to do their jobs, and they don't post the requirements in their syllabi. So now the university or the college has adopted simple syllabus that we all have to use. Yay. So this quiz is unlimited attempts, unlimited time. You can do it as many times as you want. It's just to get you to look at the syllabus and figure out some important things. And then this discussion post is just y'all talking to each other. Some of y'all make really nice Quizlets. Some of y'all use coloring books. Some of y'all use all kinds of things. That's where you can share it. It'll be there for the whole term. Okay. And then this is what a module looks like. Let me move my face. This is what your modules look like. I'm working on it. I'm working on alignment for this summer term. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I do it to myself. This is like my 3rd round at redesigning this class, but hopefully it's a better experience for y'all. What you have is a before class header, an in class header, and then an after class header. And every chapter will look like this. So before class, What you have is your learning objectives and readings. We use, oh, I didn't even give you my spiel on the textbook. This is the textbook. This is 5th edition. It's McKinley's Human Anatomy. Whatever. I literally do not care what version of the textbook you use. If you stole it from your sibling, I don't care. If you are someone that doesn't need a textbook in life, don't use the textbook. The textbook is a really good reference for you to go and read if you need to. The most important thing that we get from the textbook are the images, because we use the images in our lecture slides and we use the images on the exams and quizzes. So I provide you with the images via lecture slides. I literally do not care what textbook you use. I don't care if you use the OpenStax textbook. I'll put a link to that free anatomy and physiology textbook. You just will have to figure out what chapter goes with which. AMP, how we teach it in the US is AMP. We do it slightly differently here in the Utah system of higher education, aka USHE, where we do 1 semester anatomy, 1 semester physiology. Please, you have so many other things to stress about. Don't stress about which textbook you get. Okay, back to modules. Okay, the course is aligned with that textbook. So what you have are chapter 1.2, chapter 1.3, chapter 1.4. Y'all, there's no 1.1 here. Why? We're not focused on it. We don't care about it. Irrelevant. Don't worry about it. If it's not in your learning objectives, do not worry about it. So I have the learning objectives here, and I have which part of the textbook it goes with. These are things that you should be able to do at the end of this lesson. Nice thing here is you will be doing the exact same thing in lab. So it's not a big deal for us to not be together for the first week. Don't panic. Okay? Describe the human body in the anatomical position. You're going to learn that in lab. You're going to learn it with the lecture videos. I'm going to test you on it. Okay? If it's in the learning objectives, then it should be in the lecture videos. And then if it's in the learning objectives and the lecture videos, then it should be on your quizzes, and then it should be on your exams. Alignment is my goal, like really, really tightly aligned. So we have our learning objectives, textbook sections first. Then we have our learning materials. We have lecture slides. We have a terms list. And then I typically use Professor Malfar's notes. She has really nice notes. She's a machine. She makes like these super awesome notes. I have no comment on like why I don't have notes, but yeah, let me not. If they help you, use them. She's like a really good storyteller. She puts everything together. If you look at these notes and they make you anxious and you're like, oh my God, don't use them. It's that simple. Just don't use them. If they're helpful, use them. If they're not, don't use them. Simple. So every chapter will have learning materials. This is where you will find your lecture slides. I recommend downloading your lecture slides. If you like to kill trees, then, you know, you can print them. You can print 2 or 3 per page with notes. I am like I'm an elder millennial. I still like my pen and paper. I'm a pen and paper. I'm still, you know, I shift between analog and digital. So you can either download your lecture slides, and then they are the same lecture slides that go with the videos. Okay, the videos are chunked out in like 10 to 15 minute chunks. I'm also re-recording some of them. You see my hair length kind of change as the semester goes on. So yeah, that's what it is. So they're chunked out. You can use your lecture slides, make notes on the lecture slides as you watch the videos. And then next, this is my new project that I promised my former students to do, even though it doesn't help them. You can thank, if anybody knows Jason White, you can thank him because he took 1610 with me, and then he took anatomy with me, and he was like, what the heck? Where are the pre-class videos? I was like, I promise, I will make them this summer. Here they are. Y'all get to benefit from the pre-class videos. I'm sorry, pre-class quizzes. Okay, pre-class quizzes are 15 points a pop. Okay, they are a plethora. They come from a nice, big, deep question bank. so that every time you take the quiz, you get a new set of questions. Guess how you get better at answering exam style questions? You practice doing exam style questions. So each chapter will have a nice, chunky pre-class quiz for you to practice. Okay, this is one skill of many that you will need to learn how to do. So practicing exam style questions is one skill. Another huge skill in anatomy is recall practice. Recall practice means you can remember something. And you get better at remembering when you practice remembering. So we will work on that a lot in class, and I will still record another class meeting video for y'all to watch while you do not meet me this Thursday. And then we'll meet next Thursday. Okay, so you have your pre-class video. And then you have, this is also super important, lots of pre-class stuff, y'all. We get the busy work out of the way outside of class so that when we're together, it's maximum focus time. It's maximum focus time. You're going to get maximum benefit if you do as I say and not as I do. Okay. Muddiest point is every week after you've watched your lecture videos, sometimes after your pre-class quiz, sometimes after your whatever, I don't know when, but you watch the lecture videos and you reflect. It's one question that says, what was least clear in these videos? And what that does is it helps me to guide what we will focus on in class. I'm flexible. I do yoga. I am amenable to shifting focus. It's not going to be like, this is what we're talking about and that's it. We can even shift and change. If the activity is not working for y'all, I'm always amenable to changing what we do, but you have to tell me, hey, Saloom, I didn't understand, I don't know, like epithelial tissue was really challenging, or the directions, dorsal versus caudal versus posterior. Like, I'm so confused. Can you clarify? And then I can look at it before class, before I come in. That's why it's due a day before you see me. So y'all's muddiest points are due on the Tuesday before you see me. So that Wednesday I can look at them and kind of prepare what we're going to talk about. So it does lots of things, including keeping you accountable. It's allowing you to reflect. It's metacognition, thinking about your thinking. You're allowed to ask whatever questions you want. Sometimes students be telling me they're like deep, dark secrets in the muddiest points. I'm here for it, whatever. Like sometimes we just need to sit and have a chat outside of class. And I will never get rid of muddiest points for that reason. Students have told me some things in their muddiest points, and I'm like, okay, let's sit down and talk about this. Let's work it out. And we work it out and we move on and life is good. For some of us, not for everybody. And then obviously it helps me figure out what the pain points were from the videos. And then it's an easy way to earn points. Okay. So everything will have due dates on it. I'm not going to get into due dates and when it's due and when it's not. You have your course homepage. It pops up. It says to do. So Canvas is your bread and butter. Canvas is where you go to figure out everything. Everything you need is Canvas. And then I'll go back to modules because I don't want to shift into the in-class activity. So then typically every week we have an in-class activity related to the concept that we're working on. It's worth 10 points. You either get it or you don't. There's no like 2 out of 10, 7 out of 10. We do an in-class activity. We typically go over it together. Make sure we all have the right answer. Sometimes I'll be like, this is a 5-point question on your exam. Let's get it. And we go through it and we practice it. And now you have the 5 points. I will straight up tell you this is an exam question. So every week we have an in-class activity. I drop 3, which means that you can miss 3 classes, which is a lot. It's a quarter of the semester if you miss 3. I don't recommend it, but if you do, if life gets lifey and you miss 3, no sweat. Does not affect you at all. Okay? But I highly recommend coming to class. as your professor. I don't know, like if you want to take my word for it or not. I'm just the professor, but I highly recommend that you come to class. And that will be published like in class. Like I typically open it in class. I'm like, okay, let's get started. Boom, there's your in-class activity, because I don't want y'all like doing some wild stuff outside of class and submitting it to me like, oh yeah, I did it. No, you didn't do it. Okay, it's typically interactive. We're doing it together. And then after class, you will have a post-class quiz. My additional resources page is not here. I need to check my settings, but you will also have additional resources in a lot of the chapters. Okay, so every week it looks like this. This is what you're going to do. Trust me, it's like students do better. I have data. Let me pull up my data real quick. Okay, there it is. This is showing you grade frequency and comparing grades in a traditional. So in blue, what you see is me standing there in class going wah, 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 for 80 minutes. Students go home, come back, figure it out. And every week I'm standing there lecturing. In orange, what you see is, yes, in orange, what you see is the flipped classroom, exactly what you're doing right now. And this data comes from Human Anatomy SLCC students. So the A's, the amount of people getting A's increases. And then the amount of people getting D's, E's, and W's decreases. So trust me, I know it's a lot. I know you're probably thinking like, homegirl is not even going to teach us. She's out here expecting us to learn by ourselves. No, I'm trying to make the most of the time that we have together in class. Okay, you can watch a lecture video. Trust me. Okay. Okay, that's it for this video. I will be posting your in-class video, and you will be hearing from me at least 1 to 2 more times before Thursday. Just a reminder, Thursday people, you will not come to lecture this week. You will be doing a lot of stuff at home on your own, and I will be posting a in-class lecture video. Okay?